Excellent. Thank you. Hello again, friends. Welcome back to twitch.tv/TrooperBerry, and welcome to Orgynizer. We're trying something new tonight. I got clued into this game by Necromandria, another super rad Twitch streamer, podcaster, all around good egg, and honestly, this looked like a ton of fun, so I wanted to grab my own copy and then show it off to all of you. And first off, okay, you might be noticing some things. Let me state something right up front. This game, 100% safe for work, safe for stream. There are sexy elements, as you might be able to tell through certain bits here, but there is no actual sex in this. This is all what this is, and I'll show you when we get going. It's basically a puzzle game. We are the Orgynizer. We need to put people and things in the right places to maximize everyone's fun. Now, what am I talking about? Well, let's get started, and I'll show you. Now, I have actually played this into the late game, but I've reset all the progress because there's unlockables as you go, and I just wanted to show off what the new player experience would be like. So let's get moving. Okay, so you got 25 different stages here, and then you can see at each stage, like at certain stages, you will unlock new additions to gameplay. And so night one, we're starting in good old Bristol. Maybe Bristol, England, Bristol, Connecticut, who knows? Anyway. Okay, I guess this is our organizing mentor here. Why, hello, darling, and welcome to Orgynizer. We are about to host some amazing parties, you and I. This little cozy apartment you see is our arena for tonight, soon to be home to many steamy events. Over here, we have the guests, eager to get in and start having fun. Pay good attention to their needs and desires. You need to please every need and request they might have. You can move them around as you want, and once you're ready, you just hit that big button in the lower right corner to submit your results. Okay, these are timed, but you can turn that off if you want to. Right, so what we're starting off here is we have our guests who, they have some traits there. So we see Morris here is big and cool-headed. Kat, optimistic, energetic. Erica, shy and short. And Mindy, short and sweet. And you'll see some of those have specific requests, either for people or places. So let's say Kat here. Kat needs a place that is fancy. And so just like the guests have attributes, the rooms have attributes. So we have the wardrobe, which is fancy and soundproof, and then we have the home office, which is tidy and practical. So Kat wants a fancy room, and this is our only fancy room, so here we go. Okay, and then so we have Erica, who specifically requests being put in the home office, so she goes there. Now Mindy calls no on big guests, and well, Morris is big, so she can't go with him, and she needs someone shy, and Erica is shy, so Mindy goes with Erica, and Morris goes with Kat. And so when you're ready, you hit the button. Now you can. It's good to check your work, so we just go through. So we double check. Kat needs fancy. She has fancy. Morris has no requests. Erica wants the home office, which she has, and Mindy, no with the big guest, yes to shy. So we check our work. And there we go. So you should maybe consider a career in music, because this was one heck of a release party. Now, as a polite host at the end of any orgy says, thanks to everyone for coming. And as apologetic foot fetish office say, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I think there's a missing S there. And then you get points for getting every request correct, and then I think for the speed as well. And so if you miss, or you think you can do things faster, you can replay the level. But every level is procedurally generated, so you're going to have different people or different combinations of requests and rooms each time. So this isn't necessarily something you can speed run. Okay, all right, you did well, but this is just the beginning. I've done some expansion to the apartment and invited a fresh batch of guests. Okay, yeah, so we have the wardrobe, the bathroom, and the man cave. So let's see, we have Mindy. So Mindy wants the wardrobe for the night, and she also specifically requests Zola, so that makes her job easy. We grab Zola, we put her with Mindy, job done. And you can see like the wardrobe has a capacity of 2, so we don't have to worry about considering putting anyone else in there. So who's next? Claire has no requests. She's easy going. We like that. Same with Antonio. Okay, so Noah. Noah wants a place that is cold. She wants a match with 2 traits, and she just doesn't want a novice. So, sorry Ned, you're out. Well, the bathroom is cold, so in Noah goes. And see, Ned would like the man cave or the bathroom, but he can't go in the bathroom because Noah is saying no to novices. So, he's going in the man cave, and everyone else can just go wherever. Okay, so see, there's an issue. So Antonio had 3 traits, Claire had 2, so I should have flipped Claire and Antonio, so we can just try again. Okay, here's our man Lopez. Lopez wants a social room. Well, there's 2 of them here, so we can't necessarily act on that. He could go in the lounge or the living room, so we move on. So Josh specifically wants the living room. He says, no to sweet guests, but he wants someone smooth. Is there anyone smooth? Well, there's Lopez. So Lopez gets his social room. He doesn't get Antonio. And then Josh gets someone smooth, and he gets the living room. So we're good there. So Janine here doesn't want someone positive. Okay. So she can't go with Hal. Okay, Finn wants the living room or the lounge. Well, the living room's already fully booked, so he goes in the lounge. And Antonio is fascinated by Hal, so basically wherever Hal goes, Antonio goes. Which means Janine goes with Finn, because Finn is not positive. And then the only place for Hal to go is there, and then Antonio goes with Hal. So, Finn's got the lounge. Janine doesn't have Lopez or positivity. Hal, just cool. Antonio has Hal. And there we have it. Was this a pepper mill? Because the grinding was non-stop. Even the outliers got what they wanted, and that doesn't happen every day. You really know how to throw a party. Okay, so look at you. You really know how to put a party together. I've added some activities to your guest list as well. You can put them into the rooms just like the guests. once inside a room, everyone in that room will partake in the activity. Therefore, it is important to make sure you don't put people in there who aren't up for that sort of thing. The rooms can also hold 3 guests now, so expect some interesting menage a trois. Okay, so these are our activities. We have some flogging, we have vanilla, and 69. And you can see each activity also has its own traits, which will come into play more than likely. Okay, we have Slappy, which is a name. So she doesn't want to do flogging with Ned. Okay, we'll just move on. Oh, so we have Mindy, has an either or. She can either do Ned or 69, but not both. Now, Josh wants someone who is reserved, and he wants to do vanilla, but he has no requests for rooms. Okay, well, we have someone reserved here. So Josh wants reserved, Greg is reserved, and Greg wants to go into a colorful room. Well, we have the art room, which is colorful, so in goes Greg. And then Josh goes with Greg, and Josh asks for vanilla, so put in the vanilla, and hey, presto, we have a room finished. Okay, so Randy wants comfortable. And it's not comfortable, that is comfortable. So Randy goes to the bedroom. Randy specifically requests 69. And we'll just find, we'll work from there. Okay, so we have Ned. Ned does not want Josh, but Josh is spoken for, so that's fine. So Ned says no to vanilla in the bedroom, but vanilla is spoken for, so that's fine. So he wants the art room or the BDSM room. Well, the art room is spoken for, so he's going in there. Okay, and then so Mindy wants Ned or 69, but not both. So she gets Ned. And let's see, there's only one other person. And each activity needs at least 2 participants. It'll be hard to 69 on your own, presumably. Although we don't know how flexible Randy is, but I think it's probably a safe assumption. So, we take Slappy, drop him in there, and then we drop the activity in here. So, Ned's got the BDSM room, and he's not with, no Josh. Mindy has Ned, but not 69. Got that? Greg has colorful. Josh is not sweet. And then Josh has his reserved guest and vanilla. Randy has a comfy room, 269, and Slappy's not flogging with Ned. Okay. And so now we've hit our first unlockable batch. So the artists. A couple of new guests with artistic backgrounds are here to spread some colors and happy little smiles to your party. And some of them might look familiar. We have Bob here, and we got Mona, and we have Pearl. So now the thing is, you have the option. You can either save them for later and then add them at your leisure, or you can add them to your game right away. We'll go ahead and add them. So, such a blast of an event, and you pulled it off without effort. Your guests got exactly what they asked for and then some. Now lube up for the next one. Okay, so now we're up to 4 rooms. Alright, we have Alice. Alice wants someone practical and no pet play in the hallway. Okay, we'll come back to Alice. Erica says no to poetic guests. Finn wants to go somewhere comfortable. Let's see, do we have anywhere that's comfortable? Oh, so we have the bedroom or the lounge. Okay, so we'll have to wait on that. Claire doesn't want shy people. See, Greg could do the hallway or the lounge. One strategy I've hit on, just to start off here, is you find people with specific requests for locations. Not here or there, just I want to go here. Or a specific request for other individuals. So I say Zola here. Zola is specifically requesting a smooth talker. So do we have any? We have a smooth talker here in Bo. And Bo is the only smooth talker we have. So Bo needs to be in a spacious room. And the only spacious room we have is the hallway. So in goes Bo. And if Bo goes there, Zola's going to go there too. And then Zola is specifically asking for pet play. And Bo he says, please don't put me in a room without activities. Which, if you're just reading quickly, it looks like, please don't put me in a room with activities, but no, he actually does want one. So, they're going to get pet play, and we're done here. So yeah, we got Luis. Luis wants an isolated room, and that would be the attic. Now, Luis also says he wants either Hal or the lounge, but not both. So since he's not in the lounge, and the attic instead, that means he gets Hal. And Hal, again, fairly easy to please. So Hal is insisting on a threesome, so that means there's going to be a third guest in here, no activity. But now we can go back to Greg. Now Greg said he wants the hallway or the lounge. The hallway is fully booked, so we can put Greg in the lounge. Okay, and then Morris wants the attic or the lounge. There's still room in either. Okay, so Alice is looking for someone practical. Do we have anyone practical? We have Greg. Okay, so that means Alice joins Greg in the lounge. And Erica doesn't want poetic guests, so that means she doesn't go with Finn. And then Claire doesn't want shy people, so she's not going in the attic with Luis. She could go in the lounge. And we still have two comfortable places, so Finn... Okay, yeah, and then... And so Morris wants the attic or the lounge, could do either, but he can't go in the same room as Claire. Well, Claire says no to shy people. We have a shy person in there, so we could we could give Morris what they're looking for and put him in there. Because he says dibs on the attic or the lounge. Well, now he has the attic. Okay, and then so Erica doesn't want poetic guests. Neither Greg nor Alice are poetic. So then we can put her in there because also Greg is nixing spanking, which means this would be a room with 3 people, and then Finn can go in the bedroom, which is comfortable. And then we have Claire, and then Finn is cautious but not necessarily shy. And we can put an activity in there. So, quick double check. Luis wants the Hal or the lounge. Has Hal. Got an isolated room. Morris, no Claire. He's in the attic. And then Hal has, 2 guests with him. Zola has pet play and a smooth talker. And Bo has an activity in a spacious room. Finn has a comfy room. Claire has no shy people. Greg has no spanking, no Zola, and he has the lounge. Erica has no poetic guests, and Alice has a practical person, so it should be good. Thank you, no game. Spank you. They say to have the time of your life, and time was definitely last night. If you could walk the next day, it's clear you weren't here tonight. There was not a dry surface left the next day. Okay, so now we're adding another room. And we got more activities. So let's see. Erica. No vanilla in the attic. Okay, we'll come back to her. Okay, Slappy mostly knows, but she does want a Sibian ride. So Alice could go in the man cave or the home office. I guess she's just a big fan of furniture. Okay, and then Dan calls dibs on the attic. And they want 3 people in there, so that's fine. Louise says no activities. And Lopez wants a place that is soundproof. So do we have any soundproof rooms? We have the wardrobe. And Lopez is looking for someone short. So we got Erica. And Erica's our only short person, so in we go. Hal wants a tidy room. And Hal goes in the home office then. And Hal says muffled things are awesome. It's muffled. Oral is dedicated and muffled. Well, you don't say. Okay, Ned. Ned says no to the wardrobe, but does want an activity. No to oral, so Ned's not going in the home office. But Ned is crushing madly on Alice. Okay, so that tells us that Ned and Alice have to go together. But Alice wants either the man cave or the home office, but we can't do the home office because there's already 2 of the 3 slots taken there. So Alice has to go to the man cave, and then Ned will go with Alice to the man cave. And we know there's going to be an activity in here because Ned wants one. Morris wants a practical room with oral. So, well, there we go. Easy peasy. So, Josh wants no futuristic guests, so I believe is Hal. And he wants either the library or voyeurism, but not both. So we'll put a pin in that. And then Noah wants the attic or the home office. But the home office is spoken for, so Noah goes in the attic. Now, did anyone have any specific requests for Noah? I don't believe so. That's fine. Okay, so there needs to be another person in the attic. We have 3 activities and 4 rooms to fill. So that means the wardrobe, man cave, and library are each getting an activity. We just don't know what yet. Well, we also know, actually, that's even easier because Slappy is insisting on Sibian rides. So we need a room with room for both Slappy and the Sibian. So they're going in here. Okay, and then Josh wants either the library or voyeurism. Josh could go here. So they'd have the library, but not voyeurism. And so since this room has to have 3 people, Luis goes in there. So now we just need to figure out which room gets vanilla, which room gets voyeurism, or does it matter? Well, here we go. It does matter. Lopez is vetoing voyeurism, so we got vanilla in the wardrobe, and we have voyeurism in the man cave. So, quick check. Dan has 3 people in the attic, Luis has a room with no activities, and Noah has the attic. Lopez has an activity that is not voyeurism in a soundproof room with someone short. And okay, so Erica says, I don't feel vanilla and the attic is a good mix, so she has vanilla, but not in the attic. So that seems like that counts. Slappy wants someone who's not curious. That's not Josh. Not going to do vanilla without Josh. She's not doing vanilla. No Erica, and she has a Scythian ride. Josh, no futuristic. Has the library. Not in the wardrobe. Hal has a tidy room without Slappy or Noah, and doing a muffled thing. Morris in a practical room with the oral, and not Alice. Okay, so we have unlocked safe words. Safe words are code words or some other signal used by someone to communicate their physical or emotional state, typically when approaching or crossing a boundary. Basically, this is just another filtering criteria. Now, there's a memory that will keep people blushing for a while. All the butts were blushing after a well-spent evening. A round of spank claws is in order. Okay, that's a new one on me. Okay. Oh, and we have our first artiste with us. It's Ross. So, see, Ross cannot wait to explore the world of tantric sex. So I'll just let you fill your minds with visions of Ross and tantric sex. Anyway, we're going on. So Alice wants the art room. We got the art room right down here. So we'd love to head for the art room or Ross, but not both. Okay, so Ross not going in the art room. Seems a little heretical, but I guess we'll just deal with it. Robin would like a social room, which appears to be the living room. Oh yeah, and now you can see the safe words there underneath the attributes. So it wants a room with an activity, and then someone with 2 traits, and that activity will not be vanilla. So Zola does want oral, doesn't want Alice. Moving on. Susan wants 2 guests. We'll come back to her. Lopez wants someone or something or somewhere that is curious. Okay, so we have Alice, who is curious. So then Lopez goes in there. So you get Bo. Bo says no to cat or the living room and wants to avoid distracting guests. Well, you'd be sure if you just told me what you did want, Bo, but fine. Same with cat. Oh, so here we go. So put in the BDSM room or the living room. Okay, those are both still up for grabs. Claire does want the BDSM room. Okay, thank you, Claire. I appreciate that. Nice, clear, simple, easy to understand language. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Ross and Zola are mutually exclusive. Zola's insisting on oral. Bo says only oral with Bo, but Ross is insisting on tantric. So how many people are there with 2 traits? Well, we have multiple people with 2 traits except Ross. So this is going to be a room with an activity, but Ross isn't going to be in there. So Ross is either going to have to go here in the BDSM room or the hallway. Let's see. So Kat is cool with tantric with Ross, and Ross is insisting on tantric, which would tell us that Kat and Ross need to go together. And then Kat is asking for the BDSM room with living room, but because we need room for tantric and Ross, they all have to go here. Okay, so Bo doesn't want anyone who's distracted. Who is distracted? So Bo not going with Claire. Okay, it looks like, judging by the little pixel art here, it looks like Claire is busy with doing the old selfie routine. Okay, and then if Susan wants to be in a room with 3 people, she can't be in with Robin because there's going to be an activity, and she can't be with Zola because Zola wants an activity. So we could take Susan and put her in the art room with Alice and Lopez. And then yes, Robin wants an activity, and Claire is also going to get an activity. Okay, so Bo says no to distracted, which means no to Claire. So that means Bo goes here, Zola goes here. Zola brings oral with her, which means vanilla between Robin and Bo. So let's see. What? Nope, can't do that because Robin says no to vanilla. Okay, let's see. Robin wants a social room. That's the only social room we have. Hang on, okay, no, wait, we can do this. Can we? Yeah, we can. So, no vanilla there. So that means the only other thing that could happen is oral. And then Zola's insisting on oral. Right? Yeah. And then Zola has 2 traits, so that ticks off all of Robin's boxes. Okay, the thing is, so Bo wants to avoid distracted. Claire is the only distracted guess. So, I feel like I'm missing something here. So Robin says no to vanilla. She's in the only social room. It has an activity. She has a guess with 2 traits. Zola says no Alice. Alice is down here in the art room. And she wants oral. Okay, well, hang on. Okay, how about this? instead, let's take Kat and move Kat to the BDSM room because she'd be okay with that. And then Ross still gets his tantric sex, but that means Bo avoids a distracted guest in Claire, and he's away from Kat. No oral in the BDSM room, and he's not in the living room, which is over there. And then, you know, Ross, not distracted, which means we can take the vanilla here. So Claire has the BDSM room, Kat's in the BDSM room, although vanilla in the BDSM room doesn't, again, seems odd, but I guess so. So no vanilla with Ross, and then so then Ross is key if tantric sex is on, but tantric sex is no longer on, so we should be okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we have Champagne. If you struggle with the puzzles, add some sparkly bubbles. For the price of 1/3 of your points, you can, once per game, pop a guest to their optimal location. And I think that once per game, I think that means like once per level. I think. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not entirely sure. But still, if you're absolutely stuck, then they'll, you know, there's your get out of jail free card. Is it Thanksgiving? Because everyone seems stuffed to the brim. Everyone was having the time of their lives and enjoyed each other to the fullest. Good work. Keep them coming. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so help your guests get in their best mood. Can use it on a guest and put them in the optimal place to solve the puzzle. Well, you will be deducted 1/3 of your points. Although, in truth, the points don't actually mean that much. Okay, so Claire is specifically asking for the art room. She also says no activities, so that's going to be a 3-person room. So Claire goes in the art room, and she wants Vin. And Vin also wants 3 people, so that's fine. And we have Ben, who's asking for an educational place, which would be the library. So, and then no Kit, and no butt stuff for Ben. Okay. And Kit wants a room with no preset activities, so that's going to be a 3-person room. Morris says no to the home office. Dan says yes to an activity, but he's insisting on Ben. So, there we go. So this will be an activity room, just not one with the butt stuff. So Bo wants the basement. And then Bo is insisting on tantric sex, which helps because with Ben ruling out butt stuff here, but Dan insisting on an activity, that means we move 69 in there. And also Bo says their partner's safe word should not be longer than 10 letters, so we're going to keep an eye out for that. Okay, so Hal could go to the art room or the basement. They don't want anyone who's smooth. So no Lopez. No to 69, that's fine. And then no to butt stuff with Morris. Okay, now, I see Randy wants Vin or Lopez, but not both, and vetoing short guests. Well, Randy could go in here, but let's hold off on that. So Janine wants somewhere comfortable. So it could be the bedroom. And so it shall be. And she wants a room with an activity and no stressed guests. And Lopez says no Dan or Claire. And Ross wants a colorful room. Okay, so finally Ross gets the art room as nature intended. Which means, where was that? So with the art room full, Hal needs to go to the basement. And Janine's insisting on an activity, and this is the only activity left. That goes in there. And now, so we know Randy's insisting on Vin or Lopez, but not both. Vin is spoken for, so Randy and Lopez are going to the same place, which means we need room for 2 guests. And the home office is the only place with room for 2 guests. Okay, and then Kit doesn't want a room with a preset activity, which leaves Morris going to the bedroom. So double check. No activities for Claire. She's in the art room, and she has Vin. Vin has 3 people, and Ross is in the colorful room. Ben. No butt stuff, no Kit. In an educational spot, and no tantric. Dan has an activity. He has Ben, and no 69. No 69 with Randy, specifically. So Randy, no one who's short, and he's got Lopez. Lopez, no Dan, and no Claire, and Kit in a room with no activity. Janine in a room with an activity, a comfy room at that. No basement, no tantric, and then Morris's safe word starts with a consonant. Morris, not in the home office, and not 69 in the library. Bo has someone with a short safe word in the basement with tantric. Hal's in the basement. Bo is not smooth. No 69 and no butt stuff. Should be good. Okay, now we have the Spookies. Frightful guests with ghoulish appetites are here to turn this evening into something truly freaky. Again, we've seen this before. They say to have the time of your life, and that time was definitely last night. Glad we got this apartment instead of camping in the woods, because that is intense. And as you see, we have some of our spooky guests. We have Frank. And we have Vlad. Yeah. And as you can tell, everyone's tastes, they vary by the round. So it is very, everyone is very open-minded. Usually, I mean, they have their particular things they say no to each round, but they change every round. And there are no limitations as far as gender, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if there's even any discussion of gender. Everyone's just open to all of it. Okay, so Janine says no to the library. We'll come back to her. Frank says yes to the library. Good for Frank. And the best things in life are loud. Do we have, okay, we do have a loud activity. Do we have anyone who's loud? Probably not. No, okay, so that goes in there. And then need someone steady. So we got Rue is steady. Okay, so Frank and Rue with flogging in the library. So Rue wants an activity, and Frank, for all his positives, is not curious. So we're good there. So Lopez wants either the Susan or the man cave, but not both. No activities and no living room. Greg, however, does want the living room, which is right there. And he says no activities, but he does want Janine. And that works for Janine because it's not the lounge with flogging and it's not the library. Good. Okay, Mindy wants comfortable, but she's also asking for teacher-student role play, and the yellow space for that is the lounge. And I think I saw, yep. And then Vlad is insisting on student-teacher role play with Mindy, in a social room as well, which the lounge will take care of. Okay. Right, then Paula wants the kitchen or the living room. So both those still potentially open. We'll come back to her. So Alice wants Lopez or Hal or both. No student-teacher role play or flogging, but that's fine. They're both spoken for. See, Hal wants to go to a warm spot. Well, that would be the man cave. And so Alice can go with Hal, and can Lopez? Oh, okay, Lopez wants Susan or the man cave. We put him in the man cave. No strong guests. That would be Frank. And then no activities. Okay, so Susan says no to Janine, so then she has to go in the kitchen. Let's see, Ned can do the living room or the kitchen. So Paula and Ned kind of interchangeable. And then Josh has no to reserved guests. So Josh not going in the living room because Greg is reserved. So yeah, these two look pretty much interchangeable. Yeah, so Ned wants the living room or the kitchen, so drop in there. He's got the kitchen. And then Paula is going to get the kitchen or the living room. He got the living room. And not doing teacher-student role play, so we should be good. But let's double check. So Susan, no Janine. Ned has the kitchen. And then Josh has no reserved guests. Greg has the living room and Janine and no activities. Paul's got the living room. And then Janine is not in the library. Mindy has a match with 3 traits. Teacher-student role play in a comfy room. Vlad, no Ned, teacher-student, with Mindy and in a social room. Frank has the library, a steady partner, a loud activity, no curious for Rue and an activity. Hal's in a warm room, has people with 2 traits, and no one who's impulsive. Lopez has the man cave, no strong guests, no activities, and not the living room. No role play, no flogging, and both Hal and Lopez for Alice. Nice. Now I'm noticing, like, you have the same kind of, Yeah, the same sound effect when you get the person right. And some of the activities have sound effects, some don't. Or I wonder if some of them are on and then some of them are just really quiet and you can't hear them over the music. Oh, and I should mention, in the settings, you do have the option to, the guests each have a, you can have them do a moan rather than the little metallic sound that we have here. I don't think the moan would violate Twitch TOS, but just in case, you know, we'll leave it out. I mean, if you really want to play on your own and then you get the entire orgiastic vibe, you can do that on your own time, I suppose. But I mean, that's as not safe for work as it gets, in truth. So, such a blast of an event, and you pulled it off without effort. This party was so wild, it was like 230 divided by 3.3. That's a joke for you. It was as the Beatles used to sing, "Come together right now over me." Oh, and there's our other spooky guest. We have Glinda. So what do we have? So Paula says no pet play and only hypno play with Robin. Okay, we'll come back to her. So she's going to skip the art room and the home cinema, but she does want the student-teacher role plays. Come back to Claire. So Greg says no activities and short safe words. So Kit wants a creative room. So it could be the art room, and it'll be the art room for Kit. And no activities there, and a match with 2 traits. Alrighty. So Morris wants, basically he does want something loud, and we saw last time flogging is loud, but we don't know where. We'll come back to that. Glinda wants the basement or Morris, but not both. Bruce has no defense. Yeah, so you can see, you know, some of the, there are lots of like the if then or either or. This is part of the reason why I call it like a it's just a series of logic puzzles that we're really trying to figure out here. Okay, Luis is pretty clear. So Luis says big yes to teacher-student role play, not with Pearl, yes with Claire. So great, but we only know where Claire won't do it, and that's the home cinema or the art room. So we don't know where they do want to do that. We'll have to come back to them. So Kat does want the living room and wants Rue, and fix of experimental, which I think is an activity. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so hypno play. Yeah, so experimental. She has Rue with an activity in the living room and is not flogging. There we go. And we have Pearl. Pearl says no activities. Easy enough, I suppose. So Robin says no Glinda or Finn, but yes to Kit. Okay, so Robin going in the art room as well. So they're getting an activity. Not going to be teacher-student role play. That's spoken for. So it could... No, actually, did someone else want something loud? Yeah, Morris wanted something loud. So this is the only activity that's not spoken for. So there we go. Antonio wants 3 people in an educational room. That would be the library. And needs someone with 3 traits. Who do we have that has 3 traits? That'll be Glinda or Pearl. And I don't think it can be can it be? No, it can't. So, yeah, so it can't be Glinda going in there with Antonio, because she needs to go in either the basement or with Morris. And Morris is insisting on Loud, and Loud being flogging, so Glinda goes, Morris goes, and then the flogging goes, which means Pearl goes in here. And Antonio is insisting on 3 people, so there we are. Okay, and there we go. Zola wants to end up with Antonio or Pearl or both. Easily done. Finn wants to go somewhere dark, which means the home cinema. So the only place left for Claire and Louise to do their teacher-student roleplay is the lounge, which means Paula and Greg go in the home theater. So no fashionable guests for Finn. Dark place. No. Wait, nope, hang on. Can't do. Finn wants no strong guests. Okay. Okay, well, let's check our work here. So, not fashionable. So, Paula is strong, so doesn't necessarily work with that. If Finn does have a dark room, and Greg wants a safe word as long as his or shorter. B-A-B-O 2, 3, 4, 5, so 7. Llama is fine. Ukulele would be fine, but apparently not going to work there. Cat's insisting on Rue. Experimental. That's fine. So Claire says no to the home cinema or the art room. And yes, so she is in a place she can go. Yeah, because nope. Lucy's safe word starts with a B. It's not pet play. It's not the art room. There is student-teacher role play, and it's not in the It's not in the teacher-student. Forget on the home cinema. Zola gets Antonio or Pearl. Antonio gets 3 in an educational room, and someone with 3 traits. Kit is in a creative room with an activity and a match with 2 traits, not in the living room. And then Robin has neither Glinda nor Finn. Yes to Kit. Oh, hang on. I see the issue. Glinda wants the basement or Morris, not both. So one of those 2. Okay, so that's easy enough. Yeah, we'll move Glinda there. And move Paula there. Right, because Morris is insisting on Loud. So he can't move on his own. Wait, no, hang on. So this is the basement or Morris. She needs to have the basement or Morris. Okay, hang on. So no strong, no fashionable. How about Okay, I think I see. So okay, let's move the flogging and Morris. So this way Glinda can have the basement, but not Morris. So let's see. Baboons 7. And we have Ukulele. That's also 7 letters. That works with Greg. And Dianic has 6. Okay, let's double check. So not Hypno Play, not need to play the loud. He does have loud. And Morris isn't fashionable or strong in a dark place. Okay, I think we've got it. There we go. And we have unlocked fursuits and yiffing. Because sometimes cat ears on a headband simply doesn't cut it. Dedication calls for full-body fursuits and the hard mix of adorable looks and heated passion. Like the detective used to say, it's all coming together. I haven't seen that many boners since I went to skeleton school. Skeletons go to school, who knew? Now, lube up for the next one. Okay, and yes, we have our first furry friend. We have Polo. Let's see, we have Janine. Janine wants to go to the living room. There we are. We have Uma. Uma says no to Randy and Polo. And she needs distracted. I think that sounds like a person. Oh, hang on, that's probably Claire. Yes. And so Claire is either. Hey, let's put Claire there, and then we'll put Uma down next to her. Because Uma has 2 traits. Claire's looking for 2 traits. So Claire can go in either the bathroom or the wardrobe. So we'll have to come back to those. See, Ross, no voyeurism, bathroom or the kitchen, no one passionate, no Antonio, and 2 guests. Susan wants to be somewhere comfortable. Could be the living room, and so it shall be. And okay, so and Janine says, don't think Susan knows their way around rope bondage, so no ropes in here. It's gonna have to be something else. So Polo, no voyeurism, and Janine wants the bathroom or the kitchen. Okay, Morris wants somewhere warm. In this case, the sauna. And it needs poetic. I don't know how poetic is in one's eye line. Well, I guess if you're reading it, but... yeah, in this case, it would be Noah. And see, Noah is cool with the sauna. Okay, I don't like rope bondage without Morris. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the rope bondage is going in there. It's saying that if the rope bondage does go in there, it has to be with Morris. And she has Morris in there, but not both. So she's okay not being with the bathroom. And she's skipping Vlad and Erica. Okay, so Zola says no poetic, so skipping Noah. No rope bondage without Polo. Okay, we'll come back to that. No activity, so there goes that. And then Zola wants either Kit or Randy or both. Let's see, Kit wants a clean room, which I believe would be Oh, it could be the kitchen or the bathroom. Now, I mean, if you're hosting an orgy, wouldn't you really want all the rooms to be clean, especially if you're using all of them for your intimate activities? Randy has no requests. Randy's cool with whatever. Good on you, Randy. Okay, so Erica wants Antonio in a tidy room. Okay, so it means Erica going to the home office and Antonio going to the home office, and there will be an activity here, but it's not going to be rope bondage because Polo's not here. Let's see, Vlad wants to hook up with Susan, which means Vlad goes in the living room. Yeah, that should work. Mindy just wants the kitchen. Thank you, Mindy. Okay. All right, so since Mindy goes in the kitchen, and Bob, let's see, I keep wanting to call him Bob. No, he's in this game, as far as we're concerned, he's Ross. Ross says the bathroom or the kitchen, but he wants to be in a room with 2 other guests. And then, since Mindy's already in the kitchen, that only leaves the bathroom. There we go. And then since Claire, Uma, and voyeurism are a package deal, that means they have to go in the wardrobe. Okay. So Polo, bathroom or kitchen. Still could do either. Zola is insisting on a activity-free room. Same as so we have Kit, Rand. Can we even do that? I don't know that we can. Okay, Kit wants Randy or Antonio, but not both. So Zola wants 3 guests. Ideally, it'd be Zola, Kit, and Randy, but I don't know if there's anywhere we can put all of them. And Randy's just there. Well, hang on. Okay. Bob says the bathroom or the kitchen. How about we put Bob in the kitchen? Which means that we could, in fact, put Zola, Kit, and Randy all together. So, no poetic guests for Zola, no rope bondage, no activity, and she gets Kit and Randy. Kit gets no activities. He has Randy, but not Antonio, who's up there. And he's in a clean room, and Randy just exists. Okay, so we have Polo, and we have 2 activities. Okay, well, no, that's going to sort itself out, because Ross wants 2 other guests, and Polo is the only other guest, and Polo is okay with the kitchen. Easy peasy. And see, Antonio says no rope bondage without Polo, so the Sibian goes there. And so Noah says no rope bondage without Morris, but she has Morris, so get the rope bondage. Yeah, we'll do a quick double check. So Mindy gets the kitchen, Polo gets the kitchen, not doing voyeurism. Ross, no voyeurism, does get the kitchen. No one is passionate. Polo energetic and excited, but not passionate. No Antonio and 2 guests. Claire gets voyeurism, in the wardrobe, and a partner with 2 traits. Uma, no Randy. No Polo, distracted. Erica, no voyeurism. She does get Antonio in a tidy room. Antonio, no voyeurism, has an activity, not rope bondage. Janine gets the living room, and no bondage with Susan. Vlad gets Susan. Susan gets a comfy room without voyeurism. Zola, no poetic guests, no rope bondage, no activity, but with Kit and Randy. Kit gets no activities. Yes to Randy in a clean room. Randy is just is. Morris gets poetic in a warm room. Noah gets no Vlad and Erica. Morris, not in the bathroom. Rope bondage with Morris, and in the sauna. Nice. And we have unlocked Jingly Bells, celebrating the season of nuts roasting on an open chest, and sweet time to polish those ornamental balls. So, a mouthful or 10 of a grand party, and no one went to bed hungry. And again, with the skeleton cool school line, still not entirely sure what that is, but you know what is he? And we have our first Frosty holiday friend in Frosty. Alrighty, so let's see. Claire says no roleplay in the home office. No stockades with Rue. No flogging on the home cinema. And needs intense, which probably means Paula. Okay. Let's see, Alice can do the home office or the studio, but not Vlad or Erica, but Alice is pro flogging. Okay. Reese wants no activities, and no Lopez or Ralph. Okay, Luis wants the lounge. Finally, someone with a positive. Luis says no Ralph, 3 guests, and no safe word starting with vowels. And we have Ralph. So Ralph says no home cinema, no flogging, and then no and no. Okay. So Bo wants a well-lit room. Okay, so Bo's going to go to the dining hall, and he's insisting on stockades. Alrighty. Vin wants a room with 3 people, a well-equipped room, and the only one of those is the dungeon. And he does want an activity, so we'll come back to that. Gordon wants 3 people in the home office. Let's see, who won? Who was it who wanted intense? Was that earlier? That was Claire. Okay. Okay. Paul wants an activity that is not flogging. All right. See, Josh wants curious. Who out there? Let's see, we got Alice curious. Okay, we'll have to come back to Josh. So Erica, if other people have any of the letters in my name in their name, I'm leaving. That is a very specific request, Erica. Okay, Randy, no activities in a practical room. Okay, Randy, going in the home office. Mindy also says no activities. Okay, so, Rue, dreaming of Mindy or the sauna, but not both. And then Rue, Frosty wants to go with Rue. So not the studio. So we could do Rue and Frosty in the sauna, although Frosty in the sauna, that sounds dangerous if you ask me. Lopez has no steady guests. Vlad wants the lounge or the home cinema. And a big yes to Reese. Okay, so here we go. So Erica wants the home office or the studio, yes to flogging. But because the home office already has 2 people in it, that means she needs to go to the studio. And the flogging goes with her. Yeah, this route, because like I said, the requests by the guests are all procedurally generated, and this one doesn't seem to have generated a lot of just like straight up positive requests. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want the other thing. Okay, well here we go. So Josh wants an activity and someone curious, which means Josh and Alice can go together. Alice is curious. So, little bit by bit, we do work things out. Just sometimes it takes a bit. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna have to be okay. So, Frosty insisting on Rue. And then Rue wants Mindy or the sauna. See, who is let's see, Reese is energetic, so Paula and Reese not going together. Paula and Lopez not going together. Okay, let's see, Ralph. Ralph's not going to the lounge. We have a definite 3 people there. Definite activity here. No, I see definite activity there. and then 3 people here. Anyone's safe words start with a vowel. We're just trying to see if we can eliminate people. Okay, Erica and Mindy. So Erica and Mindy can't go in the lounge because Luis is there, and for some reason Luis has a thing against safe words that start with vowels. Go figure. Because I really don't like it. Because what I was thinking, we could go ahead and put Rue in the sauna and have Frosty go with her. But that kind of feels like guessing, and I don't like guessing. See, Vlad, Lounge, or Reese, or definitely Reese, and Lounge or Home Cinema. Well, we put Reese, because Reese also wants no activities, like Louise, and then putting Vlad in there would count as the lounge, so Vlad should be happy. So activity here. Okay, but then, so Paula needs to go somewhere with an activity. And then Claire's going with Paula, which means it's going to have to be one of these two. Okay. Who is... Okay. Lopez wants to avoid steady guests. Rue is steady. Okay, let's see. Mindy or the sauna. Okay. So we give Rue Mindy, and then we give Frosty Rue. And it just feels thematically accurate to keep Frosty away from the sauna. Maybe I'm overthinking things. So I mean, there needs to be an activity here and an activity here. Because it has to be already an activity there, and then no activity here. They've already vetoed that. So if there's going to be an activity, then it's got to go in here. Because Paula's the only intense one, and Claire insists on intense. So we got to have one. So we got one guest here, one guest here, one guest here. Okay. Vin wants a guest with 3 traits. Ralph has 3 traits. And Ralph says voyeurism and the BDSM room don't add up, but student-teacher roleplay can. Which means voyeurism here. Yes, she wants an activity. And Claire has nothing to say on voyeurism. And Ralph is fine with student-teacher roleplay as long as it's not with Paula, so we're good there. And Vin just wants an activity. So let's see. Erica. Anyone has E-R-I-C-A in their name, they can't go together. Okay, Gordon has an R, but Bo is only a B and an O. Seems to make sense. And then neither Gordon nor Randy are steady, so there we go. Let's check. Luis has the lounge. 3 people. No one starting with a vowel, and no Ralph. Vlad has the lounge and Reese. Reese has no activities, no Lopez, no Ralph. Finn, guest with 3 traits, well-equipped room and an activity. Ralph is not in the home cinema or flogging and not doing voyeurism. Bo has the stockades in a well-lit room. And Erica, her letter insistence is fine. Easy to do when your partner's name is Bo. See, Alice in the studio, not with Vlad or Erica, yes, flogging. Josh has an activity, and Alice is curious. Frosty, not with Ralph, with Rue. Rue, no voyeurism, no flogging. With Mindy, not in the sauna, and not in the studio. Mindy, not in the home office, not with Paula, and no activities. Claire has someone intense, not doing flogging or stockades or role play. Paula, no with energetic, no flogging with an activity. Gordon, 2 guests with the home office. Lopez, no steady guests. Randy, no activities in a practical room. New unlock. It's a Pamucalypse. The devs seem to have mixed up Orgynizer.exe and Crush.exe. But don't worry, I will be your best guest yet. Yeah, apparently the devs of this game collabed with the makers of Crush, and then they have a cameo from Pamu here. So, a mouthful or 10 of a grand party, no one went to bed hungry, everyone got what they asked for, and then some. What an absolute delight. I see no sighting of Pamu yet. I'm sure they'll come by eventually. So we have Onyx. Let's see, no tickle torture, without Hal, Clara. Okay, so kitchen or flogging, but not both. Okay, we'll come back to Onyx. No Alice, no tickle torture, but Hal wants a nerdy place. That sounds like the arcade. And Hal is definite no on tickle torture. Gotcha. Frosty wants Uma or Josh or both. No Noah. And shorter safe words. Fine. Noah says no calm. No flogging in the arcade. Okay, moving on. Kat wants Luis or the bathroom, but not both. See, Dan wants a classy room. Apparently the only classy room we have is the dining hall, so there we go. And no practical guests for Dan. Okay, we'll come back to that. Erica wants 3 guests in the arcade or the home office. And then Noah, Rue, or both. Okay. Well, since the arcade already has 1 person in there, we could put Erica. Yeah, let's put Erica in the home office. Okay, yeah, Erica, not calm, so Noah should be fine with that. And then Rue. Rue specifically requests Erica, so there we are. Let's see. Susan wants a cold place. Is Colt? I don't know if Colt's necessarily that. I don't. I guess some people are into that. Maybe. I don't feel like Colt isn't necessarily the place to get the whole engine going, but different strokes, different folks, right? And Susan specifically wants tickle torture, and she wants curious, which I believe is, yeah, we should have at least one guest with curious. Yep. Alice, something clean. Bathroom is clean. And then staying clear of guests who are sincere. I guess some people just like being lied to. Alright. Okay, and Vlad wants someone artistic. Well, we got Ross here. Okay, and where does Ross want to go? Ross wants to go to a social location. So it looks like Ross going to the lounge, and they want an activity. Well, Vlad wants someone artistic, so Vlad's going there. Alright, and then so Ross will only do roleplay with Susan, but Susan is spoken for. And the only other activity out there is flogging. Oh, and Ross is asking for flogging anyway, so that's perfect. Okay, let's see. Bo is insisting on Onyx. And since flogging is spoken for, that means we need to put Onyx in the kitchen. And then Bo with Onyx. Let's see, Claire. Let's see, Claire wants to go to the arcade. And let's do something classic. Well, apparently student-teacher roleplay is classic, so there we are. And she's not with Noah, so that's fine. Hal's not with Alice. Roleplaying not with Noah. No tickle torture. So that should all be fine. Let's see. Luis says the bathroom or the dining hall. The bathroom fully booked. So Luis going to the dining hall. And then Luis extremely attracted to Cat. So in Cat goes. And then so Cat gets Luis, but not the bathroom. Not doing tickle torture or roleplay. And she has two partners with two traits. Oh, here you go. And then Kit says studio or the kitchen, but he came here for Onyx, and Onyx is in the kitchen, so there we go. And I guess the last room, easy enough. But let's double check our work here real quick. So, Susan, cold place, yep. Has her tickle torture, and has a curious partner. Alice has a partner who is not sincere, in a clean place. Dan, no flogging, no roleplay, no home office, in a classy room, and no practical guests. Cat partners each have two traits. No roleplay, no tickle torture, and she has Luis, but not the bathroom. Luis in the dining hall, and has Cat. Hal, no Alice, no roleplay with Noah, no tickle torture, no flogging, and in a nerdy place. Claire wants the arcade, and wants to do something classic, and without Noah. Let's see. Bo. No roleplay. Yes, Onyx. No flogging. Kit has Onyx in the kitchen. And Onyx, no tickle torture, no roleplay, and has the kitchen. Ross, no roleplay with an activity that is flogging. Flogging with Vlad in a social location. And Vlad just wants someone artistic. Uma says no positive people. And no Bo. Got that. Josh has no activities, no kitchen in the studio, and no soft-spoken guests. Interesting. Uma says no to positive. Fortunately, Frosty is merely merry, not just positive. Frosty, no tickle torture. He has both Uma and Josh. Let's see. Short, safe. Let's see. 7 letters in hammock. Ukulele has 7. 6 in banana. And no Noah. Should be good. Okay, now the degree of difficulty goes up, because we have imposters. Holy copycat. It seems the invitations have gone a bit mixed up, and 2 almost identical guests have appeared. Who could be the real one? Okay, what an absolutely blast. Okay, I don't know if the dev's native language is English. I don't even know if my native language is English. All glasses raised to the one who made it happen. Parties successful don't just happen any day, so it really is appreciated. You had almost 1,000 people at your orgy, also known as a metric fuck ton. Okay, maybe slightly fewer than 1,000. I feel safe saying that. Okay, so here we go. Here are our first imposter pair. So we have Greg 1 and Greg 2. And they have several of the same requests, but if you look at the second one there, so Greg 1 says gonna skip vanilla. Greg 2 insists on vanilla, so that is our tell to say which one is real, which one is fake. Now we'll have to come back to them, but usually there's going to be, like, the room they insist on is already going to be filled up, or the activity they insist on is already gone. So that's how we tell which Greg we want in and which one we need to leave behind. So Mona, one of our artistes, no foot worship with Greg, no vanilla with Gingy, only pet play with Robin, no to Finn, no to Frank. Frosty insisting on the man cave. No activities for Frosty, and so Frosty wants the man cave or Mona, but not both. So Mona not going to the man cave. See, Lopez wants the kitchen or the attic. So big yes to foot worship from Lopez. No Finn, and no foot worship with Mona. Okay, Dan says no Greg, kitchen, or the man cave, and needs Defiant, which sounds like a trait. Let's see. Or maybe no. Okay, no, it's the chastity plate. Okay. So we'll sit on. Okay, no. Actually, no activities in the man cave. And then Dan says kitchen or the man cave. If he has to have an activity, that means he needs to go in the kitchen with the Defiant chastity play, apparently. Pearl. Pearl wants vanilla in a social location and no brave guests. Okay, social can be living room or lounge, so you gotta wait on that. Robin says no activities. Guest with 3 traits. It could go for Mona or Claire, but not both. Fine. Josh says no Frank. Big yes to Paula, and he wants to go to the studio. And now Paula is saying she is insisting on a activity. Okay, and then she says pet play and Greg are my kind of things, but not both. And so she's in with Josh, which means she gets pet play. So that middle one is satisfied, and then living room or the studio. She's in the studio. All done there. Cleo. Cleo says no to chastity play. She says yes to the lounge with an activity, not doing foot worship. Well, Lopez is booked in for foot worship. I mean, the only other activity is vanilla. And didn't someone insist on vanilla? Okay, yeah, Greg 2 wants vanilla. Greg 1 is absolutely no vanilla. Which would seem to indicate to me Greg 2 needs to go in there. Cleo, not fashionable. Yes, vanilla. Cleo, not Mary. That'd be Frosty. Or Gingy, but going for the attic. Oh, is it? Okay, no. Actually, hang on. Going for the attic or the living room. Okay, so that's actually a no. Okay, we'll just put both of them down there. We'll come back to that. Okay. So Kat here wants a nerdy place. That would be the man cave. She also wants something with Hal and Frosty. Well, Frosty's already in here. And then there's Hal. Again, Hal, no requests at all. Hal's just chilling. Okay, so Finn wants an activity, but not in the attic. No, Mona. Okay, we'll come back there. Okay, Gingy wants the living room with no activities, and a no to Hal or Robin. But Hal is spoken for, and we'll get to Robin. Frank. No activities, no Hal or Frosty. They're spoken for, that's fine. Claire just wants someone with 2 traits, and Vin wants a social room. Could be that one or that one. Okay, so Lopez wants the kitchen or the attic, but since Lopez is also insisting on foot worship, there's only room in the attic for that, because the kitchen already has 2 slots booked. And so if Lopez is insisting on foot worship, that means Mona can't go here. And apparently Mona is insufficiently good at worshiping feet. Okay, here we go. Pearl wants vanilla. Vanilla going in here in a social location. And then who else wanted a social location? I think someone did. Yeah, there we go. Vin wants a social room. Well, this is the only other social room we have. Okay, let's see. So Robin also wants 3 guests. Again, wants 1 guest with 3 traits. and could go for Mona or Claire, but not both. Well, Mona has 3 traits. So that could work. Okay, let's check Greg one. So, let's see. They both say no chastity play with Finn. Actually, no, it's no, actually, they say no without, no with. Okay. So Frank says no activities. So Frank could go in the bedroom or in the living room. And same, okay, yeah, so Robin also says no activities. So same 2 rooms, but she needs a guest with 3 traits. And we got Mona or Frank. Say Finn does want an activity, but Finn also says no to the attic, which means Finn needs to go in the kitchen with Dan. Which meant Finn has 2 traits, and Dan wants 2 traits. There we go. All right. Let's see, which one's Finn? That's Vin. That is Vin. That is Finn. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, here we go. Yeah. Jin says both Hal and Robin are not. So Robin can't go in here, which means Robin has to go in here. And so that means one of Frank or Mona have to go in here because she needs a guest with 3 traits. No Hal or Frosty, those are both fine. Claire just wants someone with 2 traits. See, do either of these ask for particular people? Not really. Okay, they both say... Alright. They both say the attic or the living room. There is space in the living room and the attic, but if you're in the attic, you need to be into foot worship. And so Greg 2 is insisting on vanilla, which is already spoken for. So that means Greg 1 probably has to go here. So no fashionable people, which Lopez is not. No vanilla, not Mary. In the attic, not patient, not chastity play, and not letting in Greg 2. There we go. Then we just need to array these 3. So it seems as though we could just arrange them however we want. Because Claire is just fine anywhere, it seems. Yeah, there we go. And then Robin wants Mona or Claire, but not both. We stick Claire in there. And then we can put Mona there. So, Lopez, Attic, Foot Worship, no Finn, and no Mona. Greg, not fashionable. We just did that. That's all fine. Robin, no chastity play, no activities. Both have 3 traits. And Mona, but not Claire. Mona, no foot worship, no vanilla, no pet play, no Finn. Oh, hang on. She says, oh, shucks. Okay. Mona says, not in the mood for Frank's antics tonight. Okay. See, this is why we check. Well, there we go. No, well, so we move Claire up here. We move Mona down here. We move Frank there. So that Mona is spared Frank's antics. And then Claire has someone with 2 traits in Robin. Dan has no Greg. As Defiance, a match with 2 traits, and in the kitchen. And then Finn, not the man cave, with an activity, no Mona, no attic, and no vanilla. Josh, no Frank, yes Paula, and yes studio. Paula with an activity, pet play, but not Greg, in the studio. Gingy? Yeah, Gingy. Neither Hal nor Robin. No activities in the living room. Mona, no foot worship. No vanilla. No pet play. No Finn. And no Frank. Cleo, no chastity play. Yes lounge. Yes activity. No foot worship. Pearl, yes vanilla. No brave. Yes social. Nice. Yeah, it's not all. Yeah, the imposters sometimes they have like multiple requests that conflict, so it does take a little bit of sorting out. Okay, so we have imposter Mindy's, and we also have our first appearance for Pamu. Oh, and just one other little interesting thing about Pamu. If you notice, Pamu always has one line that has nothing to do with anything in the game. But if you move away and then come back, it changes every time. It really has nothing to do, has no effect on the gameplay whatsoever. It's just fun. Alright, so we'll leave our imposter twins for just a second. Let's start with Gingy. Okay, Gingy coming in strong with the positive requests. Gingy wants to go to the library, wants the teacher-student roleplay, and wants Susan. Easy enough. We have Pups, who I think is wearing a headset. I'm not entirely sure. Seems like it, though. So no bus without Frosty, 3 guests, no to Teacup and in the home cinema or the home office. Noah wants an activity, is mostly here for Ned, then can go to the hallway or the dining hall. Ned wants the stockades in a spacious room. Let's see, where is spacious? Oh, the hallway is spacious. So, Into the hallway you go, and Noah is coming with you. There we go. Ross wants the dining hall and wants to spend the night with Frank. Wait. Oh, can I avoid ending up at the dining hall? Okay, so you gotta read the whole entry. We have a clean room. Well, there we go. And then Frank wants to fight. Ross insisting on chastity play. Oop, there we go. Easy enough. Let's see. Kit, no activities, home cinema or BDSM room. We'll come back to him. Alice says no activities, no dining hall, and no teacup. Fine. Okay, so see, Slappy. Glinda is the only one who drew stockades. Wants an activity, but it can't be stockades because the stockades are already spoken for, and it wants something adventurous, which apparently butt stuff is. So, we just needs a match with 3 traits. So who else has 3 traits? Could be Glinda, or Teacup, or Frosty. Sola wants 3 people, no Pamu or Alice in the BDSM room or the home office. Fine, come back to it. See, Hyper wants a soundproof location. Either BDSM or the home cinema. Okay. Glinda wants intense. Paula is not with us, although it could be Slappy. Well, okay, so Slappy wants adventurous. Glinda wants intense. Bust Up is both of those. And Glinda has 3 traits, but we just need to know where to put them. Actually, we'll just drop those 2 at the end. Frosty, what do you want? Well, Frosty wants 3, no Mindy, no energetic, no optimism. Frosty must be in a mood. And no Kit. Well, alright then. Say Finn. Finn wants a well-lit room. Okay, Finn to the dining hall. And no activities here. Although that's fine, all the activities are spoken for in one way or another. Let's see, Teacup wants Hyper or Frosty or both. Oh, so they're all in a row here. That's helpful. Well, hang on. Okay, so Hyper wants a soundproof room, but says no to the BDSM room, which is also soundproof. In that case, but the only other soundproof room is the home cinema. So, in they go, and Teacup and Frosty will follow. Reese says no to Pups or Alice. Pamu, home office or dining hall. And Pamu is insisting on Alice. And then Alice says no to the dining hall, which means Pamu is getting the home office. and Alice will follow. Oh, it's an Alice. Let's see, and Pam wants Alice or Pups or both. And Pups is okay with the home office, so there we go. And so Randy is going to go into the other soundproof room. And Randy also insists on Kit. There we are. Siren, welcome in. It's not vampires, but you do like watching other people organize things. Well, Siren, do I have the game for you? Welcome to Orgynizer. And also, how you doing, Siren? Good to see you. Let me give you a good and proper welcome, as a good and proper streamer should. Yeah, please, everyone, go follow Siren. She's rad. And she's been hanging out in my vampire streams, and I in hers. And then she's also playing through Disco Elysium now, which is wild. I have never seen that before, but I'm digging it. And if you like your apocalypse cops to be big, beefy, and largely hungover, that is the playthrough for you. Took you a second to realize it was organizing orgies, but the statement stands. Yeah, well, it is organizing. It is organizing not safe for work activities in a completely safe for work way. Like as I say, it has heavy sex themes, but everything is stream friendly. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but the game is like $3. It came out back in, I think, October, and the devs have said all proceeds from the game will be donated to Planned Parenthood. So, if that sort of thing appeals to you, it's got a good message and its heart is in the right place. Yeah, it's super cool. Where was I? Oh, yes. Well, we have one room that's fully open now, because we need 3 spots for Slappy, Glinda, and their butt stuff, so that's easy enough. But yeah, it's that, from what I've been told, they went to great pains to make the game, like all the, like let's say this is the, according to the settings of the game, this is the not safe for work bit. But this is as racy as things get. There is also a completely safe for work side where you're organizing parties rather than orgies, and they have like board games and other non-sexy time activities if you want to make it 100% family friendly. But yeah, from what I understand, I was reading through the some of the posts on the the devs' Twitter page, and it said that this started as a game jam project that got spun out into what we see now, which is not a lot of moving parts, but it's a neat little game, and because the levels and the requests of each guest are procedurally generated, there is a lot of replay value to it. Okay, so I see Zola. Zola wants the BDSM room or the home office. The home office is fully booked, so Zola goes here. And there we go. And then Kit gets Randy and Zola. Well, there's only one place for Reese to go. So now we just need to pick which Mindy is the real Mindy. Okay, so here we go. Mindy 1 says no Ross. Mindy 2 insists on Ross. Well, where is Ross? Ross wants to spend the night with Frank doing chastity play, so Ross is spoken for. Which would suggest that Mindy 1 is the real Mindy. So, now we're going to do like good little nerds and check our work. So, Slappy has an activity, a match with 3 traits, and is doing something adventurous. Glinda, doing something intense, and no teacher-student roleplay. Randy, soundproof room with Kit. Kit has Randy and Zola, no activities, and in the BDSM room. Zola, no butt stuff, with a threesome. In the BDSM room, no Pamu or Alice. Gingy has Susan and the roleplay in the library. Susan, partner with 3 traits, in the library. Pamu, in the home office, has both Alice and pups, no hyper. Let's see, no safe words starting with vowels, and has Alice. And I'm ignoring that comment about my desktop, because there. Randomly generated, definitely not a comment on my machine. How dare you? See, Ned wants the stockades in a spacious room, and then Noah wants an activity in the hallway and with Ned. Ross, legally distinct, definitely not being ripped off anywhere else on Twitch. Ross, not in the dining hall, no optimistic guest with a chastity play, and Frank. Frank has Defiant in a clean room. Teacup has both Hyper and Frosty. Frosty 3 people, no Mindy. No energetic guests, no optimistic guests, and no Kit. Hyper, no roleplay, no Zola, no BDSM room, no pups, no chastity play, but in a soundproof room. No pups or Alice for Reese. And Finn has a well-lit room, someone with 2 traits, and 2 other guests. And we have unlocked more soundtrack. Seems like an odd thing to unlock, but sure. What an explosive evening for everyone. Everyone was having the time of their lives and enjoyed each other to the fullest. And as the apologetic foot fetish often says, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Okay, so there's not a lot of sometimes the level ending text does repeat itself, but that's fine. You can't have everything. Okay. Oh, Siren, I should correct myself. I said this is not safe for work as it gets. It's almost that. You can turn on each character's moans if you want to bury the needle, but that's as bad as that's as suggestive as things get. I have them off. Just I'm not sure why. I think just as a hedge. I'm still not clear on how close that walks up to the line of Twitch TOS, but it's not like there's that many people watching anyway. Alright, here we go. We have Janine. Janine says no to pet play in the bedroom. She wants something verbal in a practical place. Well, what is verbal? Dirty talk is verbal. Go figure. So she wants to be in a practical place. The kitchen is practical. Just in case, yeah, probably for the best. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a big deal, but it's, you know, it saves hassle if by some chance like the wrong person at Twitch HQ happens to be monitoring this stream at just the wrong moment. What a coincidence that would be, right? Okay, Ross. Ross could do Tickle Torture or Ned, but not both. Wants to be in a social place with an activity and a partner with 3 traits. This could be the arcade or the lounge. Okay, so we'll wait on Ross. Slappy, insisting on Frank and an activity. Frank is insisting on a cold place. So it's like Frank is going to the hallway. And Slappy also going to come along with Frank. And so there will be an activity here. And that activity will not be spanking because Frank will only do spanking with Rue. So we'll come back to those crazy kids. Ralph. Ralph is insisting on spanking, but will not do spanking with Ned. Okay, so Paula wants to be in the kitchen or the library, but she said she's vetoing dirty talk. And then dirty talk is already in the kitchen. So she needs to go to the library. See, Luis says no to Rue and no to dirty talking, so no kitchen for Luis either. Ned has a long bunch of no's, wants a match with 3 traits. Okay, we'll come back to him. Frosty. No activities. No one's strong or soft-spoken. Need to be the hallway or the studio. Okay, well, we have someone strong in the hallway, which means Frosty needs to go to the studio. And let's see. Rue, no to Glinda, big yes to Ralph. Okay, so Rue and Ralph and Spanking go together. We're just not sure where. Let's see. Pamu says no Pearl or Teacup. Veto any activities, fine. And needs me to put on a tuxedo, a mask, and a top hat. My work is done here. Okay. Let's see, so Pearl. Pearl says no to Hal. Big yes to Teacup, no activities. And then Kit or the arcade, but not both. Okay, where is Teacup? Teacup. Teacup wants to go to a nerdy location. Okay, so the arcade is our nerdy location. And then Pearl is insisting on Teacup, so Pearl goes to the arcade as well. But since she's in the arcade, Kit cannot go to the arcade. Alright, well, we'll come back to Kit. That's fine. Mona wants to go somewhere cozy. Or maybe cozy is not a place? Is it a thing? Nope. Maybe cozy is a person? Did I misread that? Nope. The best things in life are cozy. Creative, soundproof, practical, clean. spacious cold, classy educational, nerdy social, comfy warm, fancy soundproof, nowhere cozy. Alright, we'll come back to Mona. Okay, Nicholas wants the lounge. Thank you, Nicholas. And wants an activity. Glinda wants the wardrobe or the library. Those are both in play and match with 2 traits. Okay. Hal wants a comfortable room. Well, we got a couple of those. And then Zola, no Nicholas. But she does want Kit. And she wants to be in the arcade or the studio. Well, if she wants Kit, she can't go to the arcade. Because the arcade already has 2 people in it, so Zola goes to the studio, which means Kit goes to the studio as well. Which is fine, because Frosty wants no activities, and neither of those 2 are soft-spoken. Let's see. Okay, so the only difference between our 2 Cleos, one wants the arcade, and then the other one wants anything but the arcade. Okay, that's still out there, so we'll wait on that. Yes, we still have, let's see. We have social. Yeah, we could do the lounge or the arcade. Well, okay, so it's going to be Ralph and Rue and Spanking. So it needs to be one with a space with 3. So that could be either the bedroom or the wardrobe. So it doesn't matter that Luis isn't vibing with Rue. Okay, Ned says no to Teacup, so Ned not going in the arcade. Does need a match with 3 traits. And there's Luis. Luis is over there. And needs a match with 3 traits. It could be Nicholas. So no Pearl or Teacup, so Pamu not going in the arcade. Okay, here we go. Paula wants Ned or Glinda. Well, Glinda wants to go to the library, so that works. How about Ned? Well, Glinda has 3 trays, so that tick that off for Ned. No Hal, no Spanking, no Teacup or Luis, and no Dirty Talk. There we go. Well, okay, no, hang on. No. See, practical. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. Okay, so Janine, verbal is she's going to do Dirty Talk, and she's looking for something verbal. Dirty Talk is the only verbal thing, so that means Mona needs to be there. Oh, there we go. The Dirty Talk is cozy. Dirty Talk is cozy? Okay. Works for me, I guess. Okay, are there any activities? Okay, so no, they're going to have either tickle, torture, or pet play. Okay, Pamu says it has to be in no activities wherever Pamu goes. And so Nicholas wants an activity, so can't go there. And can't go there, that's going to be the another activity. So Pamu has to go in one of these two. Okay, Ross is insisting on an activity, and someone with 3 traits. Nicholas has 3 traits. So we could do that. And so it says, Ross says could go for either Tickle Torture or Ned, but not both. Well, Ned's spoken for, so I guess Tickle Torture would go here, which means Pet Play goes here. So things are slowly coming together. No, Glinda's taken care of, and Ned is taken care of. Yeah, so you have, again, Ralph, Rue, and Spanking. But they don't... Well, hang on. All right, the other comfortable room is spoken for, so that means Hal has to go there. And so if that room doesn't have room for 3 anymore, that means... No, it means Ralph and Rue and Spanking have to go here. Okay, so it's just, yeah, it's a 50-50 whether the Cleo goes to the arcade or not to the arcade. If you NFT me, I swear to God I will end you. You tell him, Pamu. Okay, well, tell you what we could do. As long as Luis isn't with Rue or Dirty Talking, they're fine. And no activities. And then no Pearl or Teacup, which means the Pro Arcade Cleo has to go here. So let's check our work. Frosty in the studio. No soft-spoken or strong guests, no activities. Kit, 3 partners. No Tickle Torture, no Cleo. Zola, no Nick in the studio, yes Kit. Nicholas in the lounge with an activity. Ross, Tickle Torture, no Ned in a social place. Room with activity, and partner has 3 traits. Hal, comfortable. Pamu, no Pearl or Teacup, no activities. And then Luis, no Rue, no Dirty Talk. Janine, practical place. Verbal thing with Dirty Talk with Mona. Mona, cozy, guest with 2 traits, and not in the studio. Teacup, Nerdy's place. Cleo in the arcade, and no one starting with vowels. No one soft-spoken, partner with 3 traits, 2 other guests. Ralph was Spanking, and no Ned. Rue, no Glinda, yes Ralph. Frank in a cold place, not Spanking. Slappy with an activity, no one fierce, yes Frank. Good stuff. If memory serves, I think there are 25 levels in this. I think we finished number 15. So I think I've seen people are completing this in about 8 hours. I think we're going to go all the way through it, but we can put a good 10 in it. Also, how rude of me, I forgot to ask, how you doing, Siren? How is your, are you having an Easter Monday? Do you get that day off as well, or are you like me and you have to work the holiday? Yes. I ended up landing in an industry where working on holidays is just kind of the expected thing. But, you know, if that still bothered me by this point, I would still be in it. Your operation is 24/7. There aren't really holidays. Oh, that's rough. Although I definitely understand. The news cycle is always going, so I am. Yeah, we are always up as well, especially since we're a digital first operation. I hope they at least, like, if TV is happening, someone is awake. Sure, yeah. I hope they at least do comp days or something like that, because that's rough. I mean, yeah, the news cycle is always going, but you still have human beings staffing your place, and the human beings burn out if they don't get the proper time off. Okay, yeah, that more repeated celebratory copy as well. Our one good benefit is that you recruit PTO very quickly. Wow, that is nice. Yeah, is that like an hourly thing? I only ask because what we do, actually the amount of vacation time you get depends on like tenure at the company. Like you start out with, what is it, 10 days of paid leave, and like the longer you stay, the more days they add on. That you get a fresh batch every April 1st. Which reminds me, I have a whole new batch of time off that I need to probably think about doing something with. Everything else is terrible, and you're looking, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Your PTO is also tenure based. For at mid-level, it's 5.5 hours per 2-week pay period. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I can. I guess, 5.5 hours per pay period. I guess that's not terrible. I mean, I've heard worse, definitely. 140-ish hours. Okay, yeah. I'm used to thinking in days rather than hours, but again, different system. But if everything else is terrible, yeah, I can understand why you're looking to bail. There, we have twin Minties again. Okay. Well, yeah. I said, best of luck with the search. Oh, you have an interview Wednesday. Nice. Absolutely. Good luck with that, Siren. Hoping for nothing but good things for you. Okay, if you're open to such things, can I have what I call my secret weapon for job interviews, and if you're open to such things, I would be happy to share it. It's just a one question. Okay, Morris wants nerdy. Oh, we have, okay, so we have 2 nerdy locations. So we'll wait on Morris. You're so dash secret weapons. Okay, what I like to do is this. I mean, when you do like you go through the regular interview, you make sure to answer their questions. I'm sure you do all the regular stuff. You research the company, you know what they're up to, what they take pride in doing, and you show them. You make sure to demonstrate to them how their hiring you would benefit them, because they don't give a fuck about your career. It's all about what you can do for them. But at the end, when they ask you if you have any questions for them, which I assume you will, because I mean you're observant, you're inquisitive, and there are things you definitely want to know. What I like to do, I like to make my last question the following: can you think of any reason you wouldn't hire me for this position? Because what that is doing a little social engineering thing. It's giving you one last chance to make your case. So like if they say no, then one, they're lying to you, in which case, to hell with them. Or, you're in with a good shot. And if they say, well, we have concerns about this, or, I really would like to hear more about that, that gives you one last opportunity to allay their fears and say, well, that gap in my resume is because of X or Y. Or, yeah, I might not have experience doing A, but I have experience with B and C, which I can translate into doing A. So you're kind of flipping the script on them and making them tip their hand. You heard me use that one. So yeah, do you have any reservations about hiring me? I'd love to address any concerns you have now. Also good. Yeah, another way of putting it. I think maybe like, yeah, the way I phrased it, probably a little more bold, a little more direct. I mean, obviously, you read the room. If in whichever approach you think would work better, by all means use that. Don't feel the need to repeat verbatim. But I mean, that's I don't have 100% record, but every time I've got that far and I've been able to use that question, more often than not, I will at least get an offer. But yeah, if they're, I would say, yeah, if they're like cold, or, if they're just doing like a pro forma thing, don't. If it feels like pushing beyond, being bold like that would not go over well, then maybe the way you phrased it would be better. And I will say I am, because I'm waiting to hear, because I just had on Friday, I just had like the last round of interviews with a job I'm up for. And actually, now that I think of it, I didn't even get a chance to drop that one because I was, well, I had to do it in the middle of doing the job I have now. So I kind of had to move things along fairly quickly. You see, my opener is, what does the ideal candidate look like and what do they do in this position? Try to make them really think about how putting me in the position and have that go. Also solid. Because yeah, because it's not just the job description. It's like what attributes should this person have? And how do they fill the role? Yeah, that's a good opener. I like that. Promotion interviews are wild. Oh, okay. Wait, so is this thing going to be a promotion interview, or are you looking like in a completely different company? Let's see. Where's Ben? Okay. Okay, Rolo wants Ben and tantric sex. Hallway or the home office. Okay. Oh, you meant for you while you're for for a job and an interview. Oh no, sorry. I should clarify. No. The interview actually it was remotely. It was on Google Meet or whatever. I actually had the job I have now on one laptop, and then I was doing the job interview for a different company on the other laptop. So no, it wasn't a promotion. It would be a different company. It took place in the middle of the day on a Friday when my current job was trying to do 3 days worth of work. And we got it done, thankfully. Oh, you're moving on entirely. Like, in addition to your working conditions, you don't have confidence in management or upper admin? Okay. I mean, that is definitely a good reason to move on. Okay. Zola wants to be somewhere practical. Home office? Home office. There we go. Let's see. Pamu. No hypno, no tantric. No Glinda, no. Okay, Pamu's all kinds of negative. Well, the double laptop. Yeah, the double laptop life is pretty good. Although, admittedly, one of them was work provided. But you know that is how I do so much work lurking. You know, I can have Twitch up on my laptop and then actually do the work on the work laptop. Let's see, Vlad wants wax play, but no location. Alice says no arcade, yes to a soundproof room. Which means the home cinema. And I will say, if this job interview does come off, there's going to be way more work lurking because the job in question is 100% remote. No going to the office because there's no office to go to. See, Cleo, no arcade, no attic. Yes, threesome. Okay. Josh wants Claire. Claire wants the dining hall or the attic. Susan wants dining hall or man cave. And then Slappy or Hyper or both. Slappy says dining hall or hallway. Says dining hall or man cave. Hyper says dining hall. Okay. Thank you, Hyper. I'm glad someone can just say what they want. So, Susan has Hyper. And Slappy. And the dining hall. Slappy, no tantric. Yes to dining hall, no activities. Awesome. See, Finn also wants to go to a soundproof spot. No tantric, but that's fine. I think that's spoken for. No Noah, no pet play, no Claire or Vlad. Yeah, I hope that works out for you, Siren. It sounds like things are rough where you are now. And oh yeah, did you manage to get a good sleep? I think you mentioned you were working on like 4 hours, and that is no bueno. No, a gym or bathroom. She wants wax play. Vlad also wants wax play. I see. Erica wants a clean room. Again, you would think if you're going to be hosting an orgy, all locations would be clean, but apparently not. Okay, so Erica going to the bathroom, which is clean, and if she's in the bathroom, that means there's no room for Noah and Vlad and wax play in there, so they go to the gym. No? Oh. You woke up at 7:30 to a cop knocking on your door about a car that wasn't yours for construction about to take place outside your... Oh, no. Oh, that is almost the... That's almost a trifecta of awful. That construction outside your window, that's... uniquely unpleasant. Yeah, I would say so. That is just... That's almost like sitcom levels of just bad upon bad upon bad. How... And your workday starts late, you start at 1 o'clock, so you go to bed late as a result. Man. Okay, and now, do you start at 1 o'clock every day, or is that a holiday thing? Although I guess it's well, I guess that would add up because I think you do stream fairly late in your time zone. So I guess that would work well with starting work at 1 p.m. God, it's giving me vibes. For the longest time, my regular workday was like 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. See, who was it who wanted tantric? You wanted tantric. Okay, Rolo wants tantric sex with Ben in the hallway or the home office. Well, the home office has someone in it, which means that all needs to happen in the hallway. Right? Match with 3 traits. Rolo gets Ben and tantric sex in the hallway. No wax play, no magical, no Mindy, no food play. There you go. They start between noon and 3 depending on the day. Okay, that makes sense. You're also on a skeleton crew, so your hours shift daily to cover gaps. Oh, and mandatory OT. Oh. And a hiring freeze. Okay. Boy. If you honestly, Siren, if you hadn't said the word TV, I could swear you were working in a newspaper like me, because that all sounds so familiar. I was gonna say, like, I was about to utter the word Gannett, but that I don't know if that would make sense. Okay, let's see. Claire wants to go to the dining hall or the attic. Dining hall is full. You're going to the attic. And who wanted Claire? Josh wanted Claire. Let's see. Kat wants Erica. There's Erica. And she also wants pet play. So, pet play it will be. Broadcast journalism is our bread and butter. Okay, well, I empathize with your situation then, because I have been in many a newsroom with well, not even mandatory OT, because like most everyone was on salary, and then a hiring freeze. Skeleton crew. Oh yeah. That at one point, when I was working at one particular newsroom, I could have had one of 4 different positions depending on the day and who bothered to show up. Okay, Bo wants the man cave and experimental, which I think is hypnoplay, and Bo wants Morris, and Morris wants hypnoplay. So there we go. Let's see. Popcorn says no activities, no hyper, no worries there. Glinda is mainly here for Cleo. Okay, well, we'll just have to... you've been here 5 years and never been like this. It's like a progressive slide down, and all of it was predictable. That's your frustration with the management. Understandable. Yeah, like the slide down is one thing. I mean, like everyone suffered during the pandemic, except for like a very few industries. But it's that's over. Things should be bouncing back, but obviously they're not for a lot of people. And so yeah, if you saw it coming and they didn't, and they refuse to make things better, why wouldn't you look elsewhere? Because if it came down to it, they would cut you loose in a second if they needed to. So why would you show any loyalty to people who doesn't sound like they're all that eager to show loyalty to you, or like to, try to keep you where you are. Okay, let's see. Can we pick a Mindy? Okay. Oh, we got a few differences here, but okay. No pet play. Okay, here. Let's see, Vlad is key if wax play is no. That's an if. Gosh darn it. They couldn't afford to cut you loose, but they were very proud to give you a 1.5% raise. Gosh, how magnanimous of them. I'm sure that 1.5% raise was definitely not dwarfed in any way by the raises management gave themselves. Okay, well, Hypnoplay is spoken for. Tantric is spoken for. Pamu doesn't want Glinda. The hallway's full, that's fine. No dining hall. Good grief. Okay, Cleo wants a threesome, so that means if Glinda and Cleo are a package deal, means they can't go in the attic and they can't go in the home cinema. So it's either the home office or the arcade. Let's see. Zola wants someone with 3 traits. Who has, well, let's see, Cleo says no to the arcade. So the only other place there's room for 3 people is the home office. Fun fact about nonprofits, management's wages are all public record. Oh. I mean, does that actually... It doesn't instill any sense of shame, though, does it? Okay, so no activities here, so there needs, again, Pamu can't go here. So Pamu can't go there, and then it looks like, so Popcorn's insisting on a threesome, so Popcorn can go there. Not at all. Also, you don't know that they know it's public record? That actually makes... That would make sense. Okay, we have so we have 2 activities. So we have food play and teacher-student role play. Mindy 2 says no to teacher-student role play. Mindy 1 says yes. No Glinda, no hallway. And Pamu's only limitation on food play is if it's with Finn. No one here is intense, are they? They are not. So not pet play, not wax. Okay. So Alice says no to food play if it's in the dining hall. It's not in the dining hall. Not in the arcade. In a soundproof room. No tantric. Okay, here. Okay, if I'm to do food play, I need Finn with me. Finn is with her, so we could do that. What does Finn say about food play? Nothing. Okay, so that means Pamu to the arcade, and then which one wants? So Mindy wants student-teacher roleplay. Okay, bad all around? Sure, it certainly sounds like it. You worked in non-profits your whole career. All of them are dysfunctional in some way. This is the only job you've ever made less money the longer you've been there. Is that because of wage cuts or inflation or both? But yeah, I mean, if your tenure is going up but your paycheck is going down, yeah, that is a big old red flag, to say the least. And I will say, I mean, I have never worked in non-profits. You know, insert joke about newspaper profits here. But from my friends and family members who have, that does sound awfully familiar. Let's check our work here real quick. Okay, Claire has the attic. Popcorn, no activities and no hyper. Josh, no activities, not the bathroom. Yes, Claire. Zola, 3 traits, 2 of them actually. No food play, no dining hall, no wax play, practical room. Glinda, here for Cleo. Got it. Cleo, no food play, yes threesome, no arcade, no attic. Alice, no things on food play if not in the dining hall, no arcade, yes soundproof. And she has food play, but with Finn. Finn, no Claire or Vlad, no pet play, no Noah, yes soundproof, no tantric. See, not wage cuts exactly, but nickel and diming, no more OT, make OT harder to work, cut stipends, no more paid holidays. Yeah, it sounds like a management that's trying to wring every out. Oh, no, it's not profitability, but it's trying to make little cuts, cuts around the margins, rather than like doing anything that might address the lack of funding coming in. I mean, I don't know what the financial situation is where you are, so I don't want to make any assumptions, but it does sound like it's like not trying to fix underlying problems, but instead just keep the lights on as long as possible while changing as little as possible. Okay, hyper, dining hall, yes. Let's see, no tantric, yes dining hall, no activities, dining hall, slappy and hyper for Susan. Noah, got the gym, yes activity, Vlad is not short, and wax play. No slappy, no vowel, no Ben, yes wax play, no Pamu. Erica, yes clean, guest with 2 traits. No Glinda or Morris, yes Erica, activity, pet play. Bo, man cave, yes, experimental, and Morris, yes hypno, 2 traits, and nerdy. Let's see, Rolo, yes Ben, yes tantric, and yes hallway. Ben, no Susan, no magic, no Mindy, no food play, and yes 3 traits. Pamu, no hypno, no tantric, no Glinda, no hallway, no food play, and no dining hall. Mindy 1. No wax play, no pet play, no intense, no hypno. No tantric, yes teacher students. Okay, here we go. Nice! We have unlocked Silver Screen Classics. Some say that romance is truly classic, and it would seem these guests would absolutely agree. Have a blast with the past with this bundle of new guests. Okay. That is pretty clearly Paul Hogan as Crocodile Dundee. The chin makes me think this is Bruce Campbell. And then I guess this is a Miko? Not sure. So smack that booty and call it a night. What an excellent party. Now, as a polite host, as the end of any orgy says, thanks to everyone for coming. And again with the foot fetishist joke. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is Hogan. Classic, adventurous, and confident. Okay. Let's see, we're on level... Let's do one more. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it. Susan wants a comfortable room. Well, we got a few of those. We got 3 of them, actually. Paul Hogan. He definitely has not been picked up for tax evasion at any point, no matter what you say. Okay, it wants hard bondage, doesn't say where. Moving on. Okay, this is Tony. Tony? Which Tony would that be? I don't know. Is there a Tony or an Anthony with those kind of mutton chops? Right. Anyway, moving on. So BDSM room or home cinema. No polo. Nothing. Okay. Hamu. Hamu wants an activity and crushing madly on Robin. Where would Robin like to go? Go to the living room or Morris, but not both. Okay, well, she wants one or the other. And Pamu wants an activity with Robin. It can't be Morris, which means Robin has to go to the living room. Why couldn't the sub get the doorbell? They were all tied up. Ah. Okay, so no teacher-student roleplay for these two. No Rue. Not. Okay, so no teacher-student, not foot worship. So we got a 1 and 4. Yeah, that wasn't bad. So Nicholas wants a creative location, which looks like the art room. And no activities for Nick. Greg wants a practical room. Well, that could be the kitchen or the home office. Okay, and Onyx wants the library. Gingy wants the home cinema. And they want some aftercare in the home cinema. Don't you need to, like, do something before you do aftercare? Is that like one of those order of operations problems? I don't know. Noah wants to do flogging with Greg. Where's Greg? at Greg. Okay, so we know what they want to do, we just don't know where. Moving on. Frosty says no, Reese. Ned wants to go to the bedroom with Polo, but we have multiple Polos, so... Oh, hang on. No, this is easy. Greg wants painful. Flogging is painful. It's the only painful thing we have. But this Polo is also insisting on flogging. So Polo 2 is the impostore. Okay, that'll work. Let's see. Morris. No one direct or adventurous. No aftercare in the library. Okay, moving on. Gordon says no to the home cinema. Or aftercare. He does want Frosty. Okay, so there's Pear. Finn says no 69, no flogging, and no Morris. Finn also wants a creative room. And also no activities. That's a good match. Let's see. Erica. Library or BDSM room. It needs a guest with 3 traits. That is not Onyx. Okay, Rue wants a colorful place to be. That might also be the art room. Yep, there we go. And she has Finn, but not the lounge. So that all works out. Reese is being all basic. Okay. Antonio wants to spend the night with Frosty and go to the kitchen or the home cinema. The home cinema already has 2 spots booked. Which means Antonio needs to go to the kitchen. Which means Frosty needs to go to the kitchen. And didn't someone want to get with Frosty? Maybe not. Okay. That's fine. Is that Frosty said no activities. Okay, so someone else is going there. Okay, so Susan still needs a comfortable room, and she needs space for the hard bondage. So she could go in the lounge. And as it happens, that is where she's going. And Hogan wants hard bondage, so he's going in there. And match with 2 traits. Susan has 2 traits. Easy peasy. Okay. It says the BDSM room or the home cinema. So, one of those 2. Okay, so now this practical room is all but full. And Noah wants to go with Greg, which means Greg and Noah and Flogging are going to the home office. Oh, here we go. Gordon is the one who wanted to hook up with Frosty. There, and then so there's our threesome here. That'll do. Okay, Eric can still go library or BDSM. Well, let's see. Well, we have 3 activities left, and one of them is going in here. Let's see. Pamut says no to student-teacher role play. Robin says no foot worship. That only leaves 69. Okay, and we need an activity in here because Polo says yes to activities, but they need Morris if they're gonna do foot worship, which means student teacher for you. Okay. Anyone cool-headed? Okay. Morris is cool-headed, so Tony and Morris can't go to the same spot. And Morris wants to avoid direct or adventurous. That appears fine. Let's see, Vin also wants to avoid Morris. Okay, if we have two people who say no to Morris, where can we stick them? Yeah, Hogan is adventurous. And, okay, and Reese is direct. So, Morris can't go with Reese, or Vin, or Tony. See, no direct, no adventurous. Gingy is merry and crisp and sweet. So what if we put Morris in the home cinema, which means Tony goes in the BDSM room. Okay, and then Onyx is insisting on 3 guests, which means the foot worship has to happen here. Okay, and oh, hang on. And Erica is insisting on 3 traits. That only leaves Gingy. Okay. Morris goes there. Erica goes there. No, but they both... No, they can't. Neither of them can go with Morris. Gosh darn it. Yeah, Morris cool-headed. Can't go with Tony. Well, she could go to the library. But we need a guest with 3 traits. Yeah, we're out of 3 trait guests. Okay, no, it's okay. We can make this work. Okay, see, yeah, Morris can't be with Reese or Vin. Okay, so one of Vin or Reese need to go in... Actually, no, they need to go Tony. That actually should be Vin, because Reese needs someone with 2 traits. And Tony has 3. Actually, no, Vin wants someone with 2 as well. But where do we get someone with 3 traits? Gosh. Almost there. We're so close. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We'll check our work now, and we'll see if we made any assumptions that are short-circuiting. So, Susan is in a comfortable room. No Morris. Man, a lot of people are anti-Morris. That's unfortunate. And hard bondage. Hogan has an activity, guest with 2 traits, and hard bondage. Gingy, home cinema with an activity, aftercare. Erica in the, oh gosh darn it, that's the thing. No, the library or the BDSM room. Okay, oh, and Tony has 3 traits. Okay. Oh, alright, there we go. Morris goes there. And Vin and Reese go to the library. Okay. Yeah, Gingy fine. Morris avoids direct and adventurous guests. No roleplay, no aftercare in the library. He's okay with aftercare elsewhere. Tony, BDSM room. No flogging, no polo, no bondage, no one cool-headed. Erica, BDSM room. Guest with 3 traits. And no roleplay. Robin, no one reserved, no roleplay, no rue. In the living room, no cool-headed guest, and no foot worship. Pamu, no Onyx, yes Robin, yes activity, dripping with lore, awesome, and no roleplay. Ned, yes polo, yes bedroom. Polo. No Greg, no library, no art room, yes activity, no Morris, no flogging. Let's see. Short, safe word shorter than yours. Or shorter than 7, 6. Nice. No 69 and no polo 2. Good. Antonio. No Vin or Erica. Yes Frosty. Yes kitchen. Gordon. No home cinema. No bondage. No aftercare. No 69. No roleplay. Yes Frosty. Frosty. No activities. No Reese. Onyx. Yes threesome. Yes library. Vin. No 69. Yes to 2 traits. No flogging. No Morris. Reese. 2 traits. Yes and yes. Greg. Painful. Yep. And practical room. Sure. Noah. Yes flogging. Yes 2 traits. And yes Greg. Nicholas. No polo. No activity. Yes creative. Rue. Yes Finn and a colorful place. And Finn. No activities. Yes creative. Okay. Such a blast of an event, and you pulled it off without effort. I don't know about that. This party was so wild, it was like 230 divided by 3.3. Which is a joke I'm sure makes sense to someone. Can't wait for the next one. Okay. Alright, yeah, but we're going to call that there. But yeah, so just to show the rest of it, yeah, so there are 25 levels, and that was the last bit of the unlockable. Now, I have played on a little further, and eventually you get to a point where we expand the, 230 divided by 3.3 equals 69.69 repeating. Aha! Well played, game. Well played. Anyway, yeah. Eventually, you get a point where the rooms grow to where there's actually room for 4. There's 4 slots, so 4 people or a combination of people, activities, and toys. So it gets even more complicated the later you go. Oh, and then just to show off the settings real quick, yeah. So you can turn on moans or turn them on or off. And then they have the safe for work / YouTube version. Oh, and then here you go. So it says donate to. You can donate to Planned Parenthood, the Children's Hospital, the developers chose, or if you want, you can have the money go to the dev. But it defaults to Planned Parenthood. But yeah, that is Orgynizer. It's a little $3 game. Lots of logic puzzles. It's fun. It's saucy. It has a good message. Very sex positive, kink positive message, but all safe for work. There's no actual sex taking place on screen, and its heart is in the right place. I dig it. I hope you folks dig it. But we're going to call it there. This was a bonus stream anyway. I don't usually stream on Mondays. But, it's a holiday weekend anyway, so why not? You appreciate the options, Siren? Even if you don't use them, you like having them? Absolutely. Those kind of options are good. Accessibility options are good. It's like a fun version of the Einstein logic puzzle. Yeah, and it does get harder later on. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you, folks. Big thanks to Siren for hanging out. I really appreciate you being here. And I tell you, good luck on the interview on Wednesday, but I know you're going to crush it anyway, so I just put my wishes for luck will just be the cherry on top. And also, real quick before I go, let me also give a quick shout out to Necromandria. She was the one who turned me on to this game. Phrasing. Yeah, I saw that on her stream, so yeah, everyone go check her out as well. She is awesome. I think she'll be playing this again at some point soon. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure, Siren. Yeah. Here's to you and to better things in the not too distant future. But as always, before we go, let's go raid someone and pass the love on to another deserving stream. So let's see, who out there is doing something fun and interesting? Let's see. We got Rain. We got our usual Long Dark crew, but I rated Waffle Mouse yesterday. We got Rage, or you know what? It's been a while since I've rated Haley. Let's go raid him up. The Halian crowd is the kind of crowd that would enjoy this tone of game. All right, folks. Yeah, we're gonna raid Halian. If you can stick around for the raid, I would greatly appreciate it. And then, yeah, we'll come back on Thursday in our usual time slot. We'll go wander around the Canadian wilderness some more. So have a great rest of your holiday weekend if you're taking it. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.